Want to ask you a question. Have you ever been bullied? Maybe you've been bullied and you didn't know you were being bullied by someone or something. I want to share with you a little insight about my own experiences about how the bully is able to hold its power over you. Um, Back when I was in high school, I was a freshman, and there was a young man who was a upperclassman who decided he wanted to bully me. And I was an easy target because I was a big, tall guy. You know, I was probably at the time probably about 6'5", I'm guessing. So I was several inches taller than he was. But being I was a young freshman in high school, I was an easy target for him. And he threatened me verbally at first, making comments, making fun of me, making jokes about me in front of his friends, and threatening to hit me. And then one day, we were in class and in choir, and in this class, we were standing next to each other. And he began to verbally assault me again, and I said something to him. I can't remember what it was. I said to stand my own ground and try to defend myself, and he punched me in the face right in front of the teacher. And I was obviously shocked, and I looked to turn at the teacher, and the teacher himself was shocked and frightened by the bully. Now, the only power this bully had over me was the power that I was giving to him. And he was taking advantage of that. And the same thing with the teacher. The teacher was very much afraid of this man. And I found out years later that he ended up in prison. The secret behind the bully is to induce fear or confusion into your life. And this is how we become enslaved or entrapped into the power of the bully or anyone who wants to assert its authority over us. They want to put us in a place of fear. And then they continue to feed that fear by making accusations or threats to you, or making you feel you're small, that you are the victim. And that's how they have their power to control you and to put you in a position where you feel like you have to defend yourself. The reason this happens is because we don't know who we are. I was struggling as a young man at that time to try to figure out who I was and my right to stand up against this bully, not to attack him, but rather to defend myself. And it's quite common that the bully or anyone who's asserting authority over you will use these powers or use this tactic to control you, to even enslave you. Now, part of the reason I'm making this video today is not just to talk about the bully, but to talk about anyone who's asserting their authority over you, and how we have a tendency to bow down and to give away our power to whoever that person is or that organization, be it the government or the police department. You have to understand the purpose of the government, as we understand it, as the people, is for them to serve us. And that picture has begun to change over the last 30, 40 years as I've grown up and begin to see that the police and the government is maybe not on our side. In fact, it appears as though they have their own agenda. And there's a reason why, and that is because they are owned by corporations instead of the people themselves. We like to think that the government and the policing and the army and the military are all in our favor. But the truth is they're being paid by corporations. And there's a continual threat upon us as people to give in to their abuse of authority. Now, don't be wrong, not everybody thinks this way, those who are police officers or military or in government. But this is the backbone of the machine itself, and how it has become corrupted. And there is an agenda within these people of authority to bully you and keep you in a position of fear instead of in a position of love, and to know who you really are. They will use this authority through the system, the court systems, or through military action to make you feel inferior and to keep you in a state of confusion. Now, I have not got this all figured out. I have to confess that to you. At the same time, I'm beginning to understand how this works, how we are become enslaved, how we are held into a victim mentality instead of understanding our true power. So I hope that these words are giving you some kind of encouragement to at least see things as they truly are, and realize that when you're being fed fear time and time again through the abuse of a bully or anyone who's abusing their authority over you, that it is not acceptable, and that it is a threat to you to hold you in that position, because as long as you're in that state of fear or confusion, then they have power over you. So what has to happen? We have to come to an understanding as to who we truly are and what is our rights, what is our own authority. The only authority we have is our higher self, as to who we really are, and knowing what that is. Once again, I'm learning this along with you, and I'm still the big guy, and sometimes people want to challenge me, but I'm a peacemaker. My heart is at a place where I believe in the strength of each individual, and for us to learn how to love and to hold harmony and peace among one another, because we're all connected. And even those who are using their authority over us are a part of us. They themselves have been deceived, and they are part of the machine. So learn to love everyone, including those who are bullying you and those who are abusing the authority. And I think that the world will begin to change. It is changing. I think there is. But as it's happening, we're beginning to see more and more abuse. And so I'm coming from a place of the heart. I hope this has spoken to you. Thank you. God bless.